It's a beautiful Sunday morning in Belle, one of several fishing villages dotting Tobago's eastern coastline. This is a typical sleepy countryside community where time never seems to be important. But today, Belle Garden is alive with activity of the kind that happens once every year. It's harvest time. While many are still asleep, people have been up before dawn, preparing food of several varieties. They include various meats, fish, provision, soups, bus-up shot, you name it. Drinks are being put to chill. It's almost like Christmas, with all household members working to produce food in great variety and taste.
We were like up this morning about 3 o'clock, and we did things like bus-up shot, we did fish soup, we did dumpling, crab, rabbit, chicken, many different dishes.
On the street, another harvest ritual begins. The faithful are gathering to worship, giving thanks to God for another good year. Two events connected yet different. They once were one, a tradition as relevant as the old relics of their colonial past. In fact, many Tobagonians believe the harvest is a tradition started by their ancestors, African slaves. But Reverend Phil Isaac, an Anglican archdeacon and a historian, says the origins go back much further.
It goes back to the Bible. And as the European agrarian societies develop, and they develop their own spirituality, we found that the hymn books that came from the European side, they had specialized hymns that were composed for use at harvest time.
Celebrations inside the Church of St. Edward's begin long before those that will take place on the streets. Reverend David Harrison presides over a mass that starts at 10 in the morning and will go past 1 o'clock to accommodate a cantata taking place inside the Eucharistic service. The little church is packed to capacity. Parishioners are treated to a variety of songs performed by the home choir, as well as visiting groups from other parishes. The congregation consists largely of senior citizens who adhere to both sides of the original tradition. When the Mass is over, they will gather around before heading to their homes to enjoy a celebratory meal. Reverend Harrison, aware of the growing movement away from its spiritual purpose, says he reminded worshippers of the many things they had to give thanks for.
People of all ages that come then on a weekly basis, but this is special for them. Harvest is special, that the rain is falling, and we're giving thanks to that, and that is what we come for.
It is now early afternoon. Gracelyn Job Frith, having fulfilled her spiritual obligations, has hurried to her home at Zion Hill to complete the other half of the ritual, putting out tasty food for family and friends from both near and far.
We moved to the village to entertain with friends who visit us in the church and from out abroad. Right now we have a friend from Trinidad here to spend harvest with us.
Further east, festivities are also underway inside the home of Carleen Bonus Melville. Lively chatter competes with music. Food and drink are in abundance. Old friends have come to visit. Former villagers who have relocated are dropping in, renewing friendships. Even virtual strangers are welcomed.
We believe in sharing with the neighbors, outsiders, and harvest is a time where people you don't see for a long time would visit.
For some, the harvest will continue on Monday with a traditional focus on family and the added treats of bushmeat and locally concocted spirits. The spirit of giving has prevailed over time, though the spiritual significance of the harvest has been somewhat eroded.
I'm living at Plymouth now and I'm going to Palliative for harvest. I have friends at Plymouth and I have a car. I am going to take 2 or 3 friends. They may or may not be church people.
Visiting and dining continues from house to house. Soon, the sun will set on another harvest, and Belle Garden, like so many other villages in this fascinating tropical paradise, will revert to its original tranquility. Until next year.